On May 15th, 1979, Jane Snow, along with her 2 children, her dog, and her cat, left her home in Grand Rapids, Michigan, for a new life in her hometown of Escanaba, Michigan. The trip was going to take close to 6 hours, and about 2 hours into the trip, they stopped at a small rest area south of Gaylord, Michigan, to take a break. During this stopover, Jane was brutally murdered in the ladies' room. The case remains unsolved. We're at this rest area here just south of Gaylord, Michigan. And look, point to the sign at your front side. This is the Brian Ness rest area on northbound I-75 just south of Gaylord. And this is where the family made an unfortunate stop that evening on their way to Escanaba. They would have pulled in here just like we're doing. And like I say, a woman with 2 small children would have certainly came up here close by and pulled in somewhere near to the rest area itself. You see there's a little lake back there behind that little split rail fence. That kind of caused a delay in the discovery of the body. The mom parked here in the parking lot, and then she headed toward the ladies' room while her 2 sons headed toward the men's room. They finished up, and she wasn't done. She hadn't came out yet. They headed over to the lake area back by that fence to kill some time, look for frogs and turtles, and wait for their mom. After a while of her not coming out, they became worried, and they went into the ladies' room looking for her and calling, because theirs was the only car here in the parking lot. And that's where they discovered their mother's body with all the stab wounds laying on the floor in the ladies' room. A very sad, sad story. The lead came when a local police officer, I believe it was a state police officer, remembered picking up a hitchhiker right near here and taking him down the road a ways, because hitchhiking is not allowed along expressways, and the story gets a little crazy from there. 28-year-old James McGowley, a former Marine, had been picked up by the state police hitchhiking southbound on I-75 right around the same time that the murder occurred. McGowley was picked up in his hometown of Pontiac, Michigan, and returned for questioning. They identified some blood on his shirt, but it didn't match the victim's blood, and no weapon was ever located. His criminal record was extensive, but not a lot of history of violence, at least not that he was arrested for. He had 1 case of assaulting a police officer, and he had a history of violent altercations with his wife, including on the day in which the murder occurred. He was released without charges for lack of evidence, but later a cellmate claimed that he had confessed to the killing. The cellmate, however, walked away from probation and died and was never able to present testimony. McGawley was released from prison in 2017 and died later that year.